It is your first day on the job at La Vida Mocha. After talking with Rayung about her data entry needs, you decide to create several sample forms with different formats. You will show each form to Rayung to get feedback. You begin to create some forms to help Rayung with her data entry processes. The Form tool automatically creates a basic form for you, saving tedious design work. All the text boxes and the subform at the bottom adjust in size when you adjust the top text box. This is a characteristic of Layout View, enabling you to easily modify all controls at once. Access creates a new form with a split view, one view in stacked layout, and one view laid out like a datasheet. The top portion shows all the information for a selected customer. Access creates a new multiple item form based on the products table. The form resembles the table's datasheet view. This type of form allows for more formatting option than a table's datasheet view. To make things clearer for your users, you will change the title to reflect the purpose of this form. A form with a subform showing each line of the order is created. Since there is a relationship between the orders and the order details tables, the subform displays automatically. When you create a form based on a table that has a related table, Access will automatically add a subform to display the related records for each record in the main form. By switching to Design View and then pressing Delete, you delete the subform because it is not required for the form Rayung had in mind. Now that you have created 3 forms, you show Rayung how to use them for improved usability. In a form, you can navigate between records using the navigation bar at the bottom of the form. Each open object displays as a tab in the main window. Notice the data for Lugo computer sales is identical in both the form and the related table. Changes to data in the Contact field and the other fields on the Customer Information form automatically change the data in the underlying Customers table. Notice how the split form allows you to swap between the datasheet and stacked form views as necessary. Also notice there is an error in the email address. The word service is misspelled. You fix this error. After making a change, you can ensure that it is saved by clicking on a different record. Notice that the pencil icon disappears from the record selector box, which indicates the changes are saved to the table. You make some changes to the layouts based on recommendations Ryung gave you after seeing the forms in action. You adjust the height of the rows so they are all as tall as they need to be to accommodate the information. Notice that changing the height of one row affects the height of all the rows. In order to cut down on the information displayed, you remove the cost and markup percent columns by selecting each column and then pressing delete. To save some space, you assign the label with a shorter name and shrink the column to use less space. By applying a theme, the font and color scheme change. You can choose to apply a theme to all database objects or individual objects. By changing the background, you make it more obvious that the top area is a header and not part of the form they will be clicking. Changing font sizes can help draw attention to important fields. You open the Customers table to add a new field. You insert a new row above the Address 1 field for the Homepage field, which will contain the address to the company's website. You make this a hyperlink data type. You can add the new homepage field to the form, so the form allows users to enter the website information. You enter a customer's homepage using the form. Forms can be created based on queries. By removing the fields from the layout, you can resize and move fields individually. Now that the fields are removed from the layout, you can resize and move fields freely. You press and hold down the Control key to select multiple controls at once. Ryung asks you to fix an old form, Sales Reps, which was laid out manually. You notice the controls are not evenly spaced, so you will let Access set the layout automatically. Ryung wants the form laid out vertically, so the stacked layout works well. The controls are now lined up vertically and are much easier to read. As you scroll through the records, you notice they are sorted by the customer ID. Ryung asks you to display the customer name in alphabetical order in the customer information form to make it easier to find customers. When you apply an ascending sort to the form, Advantage Sales displays first, as it is the first customer name in alphabetical order. The default sort order is by the primary key field. However, in this case, you have changed it to the more logical sort of customer name. By creating and modifying the forms, we have made it easier for Ryung to perform data entry and to find information. Using forms to enter and edit data is a user-friendly way to work as compared with table data sheets, and customizing forms can improve the data entry process even further.